Hey, welcome to this post-TAS video. As ever, this is the Sunday after TAS, and we are meeting up with Liberty Walk to shoot the Liberty Walk Miura and the Skyline Bosozoku car that they built for the show this year. We found this really sick location in the heart of Toyosu here in central Tokyo. This is all reclaimed land, and they have this really crazy place. It's basically like a mix of an Eneos gas station and a 7-Eleven. This place is going to be a little bit hard to shoot at, but we're going to be trying to put at least the Miura up front for one shot, because as you can see, the venue is pretty sick with all those massive buildings in the background, and you get the 7-Eleven and Eneos lighting on the back. We already have the 7-Eleven guys giving us dirty looks, but the Liberty Walk guys, I'm going to try and unload the car and then push it. It doesn't run, so they're going to push it to where they blocked off the space with the Alfa are there. And we're going to try this. If not, we're going to move to Tsukiji, the old Tsukiji fish market. There's some nice back streets there that kind of still have that old school Japanese kind of Showa-era vibe, and hopefully we can go there and get these two cars shot, because this is potentially the coolest shoot of the entire weekend. So we want to make sure we nail it. I'm here with Larry, and we're going to hit this. So hopefully we can get the shot here and then move off. So let's get going. I'm not really sure why there's so many low VIP cars coming into this particular car park here. It seems like they're doing their own little photo shoot here. There's some seriously low crowns of every generation. There's a Celsior. It sounds like a Decotora coming in. Tires in the back.
Oh, look at all those tires.
What the hell's going on here, man?
What's going on?
It's crazy. They're all meeting here for some reason. You gotta love Japan. I'm not sure why they're blocking the entire entrance here. They're definitely doing something. 7-Eleven guys are telling them to get out of here. So not exactly what you need to have before you're trying to drop off a Lamborghini Miura silhouette formula looking thing. But yeah, it should be interesting. This is the real Fast and Furious, guys. This guy has to do like 16 maneuvers so he doesn't rub. Another one. This is so funny. What's he up to?
He's so low, he has to make a million point turn.
He literally has like 5 degrees of steering. Completely going the wrong way. Here comes another one. What the hell's going on? Should be a fun interaction. So all these guys with the lowered crowns are just about to get in a little bit of trouble because the police has just arrived. And let's see what they're going to do. They're going straight after Larry. Oh, maybe not. Maybe the Celsior? He's just filling up. And here is our little arrival. The police are wondering what the hell is going on now. Now that's beyond cool. And the Skyline GTR. And they're off. Okay, for some reason the police are actually leaving. Getting back in their car. So they're not really concerned with the Liberty Walk cars arriving here. But it's just so cool to see these things outside of a show, even though their own trucks are already have that impact, visual impact with that background, guys. Look at this. If only we could just stick it right here in the middle. I cannot believe they did this with a 32. Look at that shark nose. So sick. I can't wait to shoot these two cars. It's gonna be amazing. It's so sick seeing it out. I didn't even notice it was sitting on Yokohama Advans with the cool old school stickers on the tire walls. What a crazy thing they built. And if you recall, I actually did shoot the original Miura that they built back in the day, the kit car. I think that was black, probably like 7-8 years ago now. Here we are with number 2, which is actually a real one. Absolutely amazing. God damn, look at this. I'll have to be a tourist and do some cell phone pictures as well. It's not every day you get to play with show cars straight out of a show. Well, they're already telling us to leave. A lady came out of 7-Eleven and told us, please move. But they're filling up the truck. All right, we're doing this, guys. We're unloading it. Everybody from inside the 7-Eleven is looking at us, so hopefully we can unload it, push it to the car spot, get a few shots, and then put it back on and leave without getting too much into trouble. I love the Liberty Walk guys. These guys always understand what we need. And it's once it's on the ground, you realize just how low this thing is, even though it's a good 30 centimeters off the ground. It's literally at my hip height. And they're doing this so fast because they know we literally have a few minutes only to play with before the trouble starts. Luckily, the car sits on air suspension, so they're airing it up. No issues with, you know, stacking planks of wood to not scratch splitters. You just air up and get going. In the meantime, Z33 has just arrived, wondering what on earth is going on. That car is off. Man, they're working so fast, eh?
I've never seen somebody unload a car so fast.
I know, it's crazy. I love these guys. Like I was saying, they understand what we need to do. Of course, this car was actually designed by Jon Sibal. First collaboration that he's done with Liberty Walk. And oh my god, these guys are nuts. I can't believe we're doing this. Alphard is moving out of the way. This is crazy. All right, we did it. We're in position, airing out. There's a shot. All right, let's get busy. Well, we're getting all our shots. There's quite the commotion here. Still no police, so hell, maybe we can swap it for the Skyline. This is literally the most busiest 7-Eleven I've seen. There's just a constant, it's like a constant stream of cars coming in and out. It's so crazy. I think we're really pushing it now. I think the lady here is freaking out from the 7-Eleven. You know, actually looking at this thing, I'm not too upset how they've approached it. They've kept the very center of the Miura intact and have created the FRP cowls front and back, and you know, running air suspension for the optimal ride height, and of course the pictures. And that gigantic wing sprouting out the back where the bumper used to be. Quad exit exhaust. But we'll get all the details when we move over to the next location. We are creating quite the scene here, so we might want to start packing up and call it quits. All right, we're calling it. thing sits ridiculously low, literally on the ground. It's already been lifted up front. And hopefully the air suspension is collaborating here, or else we're gonna have some serious problems. Oh, there it goes. Now the back. Look how much a tire tucks at the back. It's crazy. Hopefully there's enough pressure in the tank to get the back up. There's like a Group N rally car coming in. What? What on earth is this? Look at this guy. Like, remember, we are in the center of Toyosu in Tokyo. This guy rocks in with a Group N Super Impreza STI. With like a nifty diff from the noises. Anyway, the Liberty Walk guys have gotten the suspension where they needed it to be. Back to the track they go. 5 manpower. And there's a Lexus right in the way of the transporter now. Now they're getting it out of the way. Actually, I just noticed they reused the original Miura headlights in the cowl that they recreated, including the eyelashes, top and bottom. So this is when you can literally thank God that air suspension exists. Look at this, straight onto the truck. All right, car is on, we're ready to move. And like I was mentioning, we decided to go check out Tsukiji, the old Tsukiji, not the new one that they built on another island. We're kind of trying to find something that has that contrast, the old school Showa-era vibe that will really make these cars pop out, especially the silhouette skyline here that they created. Bosozoku style all the way. Look at the angles on these things. It's like 90 degrees. Box fender galore. You can tell how much they widened this thing. That's a good, I would say 10, 12 centimeters. And then over fenders at the front, the type of design that we've been kind of getting used to since Miura came up with the Rocket Bunny kits, recreating that kind of old school works fender into a more modern take and applying it to pretty much every single car that you can name. I think we're done, so we're gonna jump back in the car and head towards Tsukiji. Man, these guys work so fast. Talk about efficiency. What a team Kato-san has put together. Toshi, are you tired?
Yeah, I'm tired.
You guys killed it. You did such a great job right now. It's amazing.
It's crazy.
Crazy stuff. But once we see the pictures, it'll be worth it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try to be a little bit more easier next year.
Yeah.
Liberty guys are off. Let's go back in the car and head out of here. All right, so we're chasing the Liberty Walk guys to the next location in the trusty Velfire through the streets of Toyosu. You guys see what I mean with the location? Instant old Tokyo. And we have a temple to boot here. Right, unloading number 2 for the night. And I just noticed we're doing it in front of a hotel here. There's a guy that just came out to have a look at what the hell we're doing. Hopefully it does not cause any issues. I think once the truck is gone, we're going to be very quiet. Like I mentioned, the car does not run. cannot be driven, so we're just pushing and being very quiet about it, not bothering anybody. See, so quiet. The EV Miura. Okay, so we've already pretty much taken all the shots we needed here on this location. I think we're gonna move it back so that we get a little bit of the cityscape in the background. That's all of the Toyosu area, the tall buildings, apartment buildings, pretty much wherever you look. So we wanna have that kind of contrast again, the old and the new and the crazy all together. Man, I just can't get over how cool this looks out in this kind of location. We are going to push it back now, so we can get another viewpoint into it all. Here we go. A waiter from the hotel that just came out to take a picture.
So cool. The waiter.
They even have an FPV drone. So much is happening right now. The Liberty Walk has brought their own I guess creative crew along, so they're doing a video too, and that includes some drone action. So crazy. What a thing, man. Jon Sibal nailed the design. Like, the proportions are just so spot on. Like, it's not exaggerated in any way. Like, look at the detailing around the venting here on the fenders, how it progresses onto this fender opening, and then the skirts take over all the way down to that kind of like rear brake intake. Then again, the engine is here in the back, transversely mounted. We can't open the cowl, so we can't see it. So potentially all that venting could be feeding the intake. And to match up the front, there's this massive opening on the rear fender. But the lines are just so spot on. Like, it's so cool and well designed. I would almost want to see like a wingless, cleaned up version of this kit. Basically just the front and rear fenders with all, I guess the underside stuff of it removed, front splitter, kind of like a road going version of this, if that makes any sense. I think it would be absolutely sick. All right, we opened the door to get a nice look inside of that original Miura interior. It is so cramped in here. There's absolutely no way somebody my size can fit. Maybe on the passenger side. So they've kept that kind of brown interior. I haven't really touched anything except adding that sparkle, kind of modern Alcantara clad steering wheel and the air suspension remote control. All right, so here's the passenger side. Like I was saying, they've just added the sparkle steering wheel there with Liberty Walk stitching on the top. air suspension remote, and pretty much Miura all the way. And this thing only has 42,000 kilometers on the clock. Lightsaber. Alright, we're going to finish up in front of the temple for a few last angles, and then we're going to move over to the skyline. And this is something they pulled out of the car. So they actually got the original Lamborghini steering wheel off to fit that Sparko one. So I can't even imagine what something like this must cost. And I do wonder who made it. I wonder if there's a brand in the back. Maybe it's Momo. I'm going to investigate. Alright, I found the brand. It's a Personal, another Italian brand that makes some of the coolest steering wheels ever. And of course, they've been around for many, many decades. Better put that down before I damage it. Oh, we're getting the mood lights on now. That's pretty evil. Talk about highlighting the seats. We're looking for places to stick the skyline, but unfortunately all these side streets are pretty dark. We shall see what we're gonna do. Alright, we found our street.
Hey, I promise you get to go to sleep after this. I promise. Okay?
I hope you don't need to drive back to Nagoya after this.
So also?
Alright, so we have found the street that we're gonna do the skyline on. And the reason we chose this is because of all the signs and the kind of old school look. It kind of is a bit of a time capsule, and the coolest thing is they have these delivery things. I don't even know how to classify. So this round barrel looking thing in the front is actually the electric motor that powers a single 360-degree turning single wheel there. So basically that's the steering wheel, and they stack like all the crates, the polystyrene crates filled with fish and you know, shellfish, whatever, and deliver them around from the truck to the shops. And then when somebody buys the goods, they bring them to the next truck to be delivered to restaurants, supermarkets, and so on. And they have a very special, unique number plate. Now, how sick is that? And that's the reason we have to do it here. Bit of a Showa-era time capsule. And this shop here even has the old school mamachari delivery bike. Alright, we got the skyline getting unloaded, and our luck is a trash truck has just arrived to pick up some gomi, as you call it in Japan. So hopefully this guy leaves and we can stick the 32 in the middle of the street. Okay, so this one too does not run. So the Liberty Walk guys have to push it, which is actually good because we would probably be creating one hell of a racket. And these are apartment buildings, so far better solution. Just across the street, pretty much over here, is a little police koban, kind of like a neighborhood police office with a policeman inside having a little look at what the hell we're doing. Hopefully he does not come here, but so we're just waiting for the car to drop and then we can start shooting. And like I said, hopefully that policeman in the koban doesn't get too curious. That looks absolutely nuts. I cannot believe Kato-san did this with 32. double shark nose. Like I said at the show when we saw this car, all it needs are a pair of Takayari back here, the big long vertical pipes, and we have a modern day Kaido Racer. So cool. That's so crazy. If you actually get low enough, you can see an R32 GTR living inside those pointy bits. I just love the contrast of the Advent colors on the sidewall. And of course, the oil cooler up front. Proper callback to the Hakosuka race cars that used to race at Fuji Speedway in the early 60s. And kind of like I was saying when it was on top of the truck, they've definitely combined some very rounded shapes with some very angular shapes. So the box fenders at the back are as angular as they get, 90 degrees. And then the fronts, very, very round. Okay, so it is actually not a GTR, but a Type M. And that RB25 is on point. Wow. It is a very clean approach though. I love the shaving that's gone into the engine bay to clean it up. Shout out to the guys from PRP over in Australia. They do create some amazing billet parts. And just look at that intake there. Beautiful fuel rail. All topped up with the Koyo rad. We have the Plasma Man intake manifold. Plasma Man electric throttle. And beautiful piping. Really awesome fabrication. Really everything on point. Color matched engine bay. Right down to the boosters. Right, let's take a look inside. We've got some funky yellow lights in here to highlight the Briddo low max seats and the red interior. Half stripped out, only the top part of the dash is still there. We got a cool Bosozoku style shifter with a dry flower inside. And so we pretty much finished shooting the R32. Like I mentioned before, I thought it was a GTR. Everybody's been saying it's a GTR on social media, but it's actually a Type M, RB25 powered. Lots of cool bits from Australia. Plasma Man intake, PRP, head covers, all billet stuff, engine bay shaved. Fortunately, it doesn't run. It would be so cool if we could get some driving shots of this, but no number plates or nothing. So we just have to enjoy the pictures. And I think the most important thing is the location that we managed to nail tonight. What an amazing night this has been. All right, I hope you enjoyed checking out another really cool shoot that we did with Liberty Walk. It's become such a tradition to shoot with these guys after Toyosu. I always look forward to it. And it's precisely the reason I don't spend too much time at their booth, because I know I'm gonna get all the time I ever need to kind of highlight their main show cars. And of course, their booth is probably the busiest at Toyosu, so it gets a bit messy, lots of people. So doing it this way, it's better for me and it's better for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. There'll be a story on Speed Hunters with all the pictures that we took tonight. So hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you check back soon for more. Lots of stuff coming from the Toyosu weekend.